2020 now, we're still in the first month, January. Got a whole new gardening year to look forward to. There's lots of questions which we can't answer at the moment, like we don't know how our year's going to be, but what we can do is look back on the last year, 2019, and Rue from the channel Rue's Life has tagged me in the 2019 Gardening Year in Review Challenge. It was originally started by Jazz from Alternative Smallholding channel. 6 questions, let's go. What I enjoyed the most, even though it was like an enormous amount of hard work, it's got to be doing my food forest. I got so much pleasure out of doing it from start to finish, getting rid of the decking that we used to have, ripping up a lot of the paving slabs and just building a brand new garden. Got to be the thing that I enjoyed the most last year, the food forest. Done. Question 2, best crop of the year, it absolutely hands down is garlic. We have still got loads of that garlic left. It was the most prolific out of anything that we grew. Out of the amount of cloves that I planted, I barely had any failures at all. Everything that went in, fired, grew, gave us an amazing harvest, and it's stored really well as well. Like I say, we're still using it now, so it has to be garlic. The biggest challenge I faced in 2019 last year, probably the same that it's going to be for this year, probably the same it was for the year and the year before that as well. And I would say is when I have the time to go to the allotment, because I'm not always living at home, I work away, so when I do come home I have like a window of time that I have to try and get the allotment stuff done in when I do go there. And it's very challenging because I might go up with a list of 4 or 5 things that need doing, but before I can do those 4 or 5 things I've got to sort out all of the weeds, which takes time, and then I can get rid of the weeds and I can get back to a place where I can then start doing what it was I wanted to do. Because I'm not up there daily, I can't just keep that ticking over just a little bit, little and often. It's always like a big job first, get the weeds out of the way, and then you can actually start what it is that you went up there to do. For us, the worst crop of last year, easy, carrots. Really had problems right from the very start with our carrots. We had very slow and erratic germination, so we had to do a series of different sowings just to try and get some growing. And then when you did start to grow, we had cats coming in thinking it was their toilet, because the problem with growing carrots is, in relation to cats, is the way you manipulate the soil so that you get good carrots, like you make it nice and fine and loose, so that there's no obstructions for them carrots as they're going down. Well, that's a perfect cat litter for cats, because cats are a bit lazy, and when they poo and you cover up the ground where they've just pooed, they'll much prefer to do it on ground that's easy to scurry into and dig, so they can cover up their business, which is pretty much how we have made the ground where we grow our carrots. So carrots, not good. I learnt lots of new skills last year, but I'd say the most long-lasting one and the most important one would have to be more learning. I learned how to learn more. Might sound a bit daft, but the thing with this gardening that I'm into, whether it's here in the food forest or up at the allotment, the more you learn, the better at it you get. And I know it's so obvious, it might sound a bit silly to say, but I think it's because it is so obvious that it often gets overlooked. I know I've been guilty of overlooking that in the past. So the skill for me of 2019 was just learning about gardening, about how to grow the plants. Plans for 2020, there's loads of them. It's going to turn a few minute video into a 2-hour long video if I told you all of them. You'll just have to keep watching and find out, won't you? But straight away off the top of my head, plans that we have got is to keep nurturing the food forest, and we can get more food out of it, because it was only made last year, 2019. So a lot of the things we planted in, it's very juvenile. They've not given us fruit yet. For example, the chokeberry bush, the hazelnut that are planted. We're probably not going to see hazelnuts for years yet, 4, 5, 6, 7 years until we actually get nuts. But what I need to do in the meantime is my plans for this year, 2020, is to keep those things going and growing so that they will give us the payback in terms of food harvest. So that's the main plan. Keep chipping away at the food forest. Another big plan would have to be just continue what we always try and do at the allotment, which is grow as much food up there as we possibly can, at the same time mixing in the odd bit of plants which aren't for eating, they're just purely for pleasure, to make that allotment plot a nice pleasurable place for us to go and spend time at. But mainly the main effort up at the allotment is food production. So that's another one of our big plans, and it's quite a broad sweeping statement, because there's 1,001 ways or things that I will need to do to achieve that, but that's like the main goal, if you will. How I actually go about doing that, hundreds of different ways, thousands of different ways. So there are plans. Keep the food forest going and get as much food out as the allotment as we possibly can. So first of all, thank you to Jazz for coming up with this challenge. It's a great tag challenge. Secondly, thank you to Rue from Rue's Life for nominating me. I do like taking part in these kind of things. After all, it's the gardening community, and it's all part of the community. It's not just some random bloke just doing a 15-minute long video where the camera never moves because he's just got it focused on one daffodil, talking about how he makes compost by drying out eggshells and doing weird things with them. Nobody wants that. It's not really community, is it? That's just someone pleasing themselves. So things like this challenge, these nominations, it's all part of the gardening community aspect here on YouTube. So I really appreciate that you've asked me to do it. Thank you, Roo. Right then, really now, what I should now go on to do is nominate 3 more people to do this challenge themselves. However, I am quite late to this party, and most of you have already been done. If you've not taken part in this challenge, consider this your nomination. You can say that I nominated you, even though I didn't name you by name. I'm telling you now, watching this, you're nominated. So I'll put the 6 questions in the description for this video. I'll also put links for Rue's and Jazzy's channels. You can go and check them out, should you wish. Thank you very much for watching. Alright guys, and let's hope that we all have a brilliant 2020. See you later.